center. In that command center, you're seeing workers that have been there since 5 o'clock in the morning, coordinating with local polling locations across the entirety of Montgomery County. And as those polls do close later this evening around 7:30, the staff in these offices is going to be working towards getting those numbers from today's election to the public. Now, Jeff Resbeck is the director of the Montgomery County Board of Elections. He's going to be spending a lot of hours tonight in this office. And earlier today, we spoke to him about voter turnout.
Actually, it's probably doing a little bit better than we expected. Turnout is up. We do have lines out there. People are choosing a lot of different ways to vote. They can use the touchscreen. They can use the manual ballot. It seems that choosing the manual ballot is a little easier in a sense of quicker lines.
And what you're seeing on your screen right now is video of actually polling locations across Montgomery County from earlier today. As Jeff mentioned, there were plenty of people in line today. And one thing we want to make sure is clear for everybody who's still planning to get to the polls later this evening, they do close in about 90 minutes. That is 7:30 p.m. But here's one thing we do want to clarify. You just have to be there in line by 7:30 p.m. If you're waiting in line till 8:30, no big deal. As long as you are in line by 7:30 p.m., you should be able to vote tonight. For now, back to you all in the studio.
Tage, thank you. And candidate for U.S. Senate J.D. Vance casting his ballot in Miamisburg today. His supporters showed up as we voted at a polling location. He says he's feeling good about Election Day and encourages everyone to head to the polls.
If we get better leadership in Washington, D.C., we can turn the country around, but people got to get out there to vote and make their voices heard.
Now, Vance is running against Democrat Tim Ryan for Ohio Senator Rob Portman's soon-to-be vacated seat.
And Vance is in Columbus tonight with Governor Mike DeWine, who is hoping to keep his seat against Democrat Nan Whaley. That's where Bryn Caswell is live now. And Bryn, what is the mood there tonight?
Megan, things are pretty calm right now. We did just see Governor Mike DeWine and Lieutenant Governor John Husted here doing a walkthrough of tonight's event, but hopefully more people start showing up closer to 7:30 when those polls close tonight. Now, both candidates have been wrapping up the last legs of their campaigns. DeWine and Vance joined former President Donald Trump in Vandalia last night for the Save America rally. Trump promoted Republicans up and down the midterm ballot. Vance says if elected today, his goal is to rebuild the American dream, improve the economy, make Ohio energy independent, and better protect the border.
But you know, we had a good chance. We had a fighting chance in my family because we had a lot of love and we had a lot of loyalty, and we had the United States of America and the American dream. It's time to rebuild that dream and make sure it's alive for our citizens. Am I right?
At the rally, Governor DeWine was touting his accomplishments in his tenure, like tax breaks and reducing crime, as he has been this entire campaign, but he received a very different reaction from voters in the audience.
Mr. President, thank you very much. You know, in Ohio, Mr. President, we fund the police. We've done a great job doing that. We've cut our taxes. We're moving Ohio forward. And thank you for being here to endorse J.D. Vance.
Now, there's no doubt the entire nation will be watching Ohio to see which way it swings, but we will be here all night for this GOP watch party, and we'll be bringing you live election results as they come in. Live in Columbus, Bryn Caswell, Dayton 24/7 Now News.
Brent, thank you. And J.D. Vance's political rival, Tim Ryan, is in his hometown of Youngstown tonight, all to watch the polls close and results come in. Tyler Madden tells us what's happening there.
Boardman, Ohio, just outside of Youngstown, playing host to Congressman Tim Ryan and his camp as they await results to come in when the polls close in the state of Ohio. It's 7:30. Congressman Ryan campaigning across the state, a bus tour that wrapped up tomorrow in Youngstown. He said he's looking to speak to that exhaustive majority throughout this campaign of Democrats, Republicans, and Independents. Again, the polls close in Ohio at 7:30. We'll be here throughout the evening, bringing you any updates as they become available. Reporting in Boardman, I'm Tyler Madden.
All right, thanks, Tyler. And former Dayton mayor and Democratic gubernatorial candidate Nan Whaley is also holding a watch party in downtown Dayton right now. Mamie Ba is live there with the campaign. And Mamie, any word on when Whaley is expected to arrive?
We are told when the race is called. Right now, we are at the Montgomery County Democratic Party headquarters. You have local media here, and the stage is set behind me. Now, we're told that 7 is when the doors will open. Now, Cheryl Stevens, I'm told her running mate will arrive around that time. Now, Whaley is facing off against Mike DeWine, who is seeking a second term as Ohio's governor. But Whaley served here, the city of Dayton, for 8 years, and she believes some of the things that she went through here have prepared her for the state's highest office, the 2019 Oregon district mass shooting, the opioid crisis, and the COVID-19 pandemic.
So, Mamie, what are some of the issues the campaign is running on then?
Well, one of them is gun control, and Whaley has criticized DeWine for how he's loosened the state's gun control laws, citing how the governor stood with the people of Dayton and Whaley in 2019 after the mass shooting. Also, increasing the minimum wage to $15 an hour, inflation rebate cards to help Ohioans as they battle these high prices at this time. Also, she's hoping to make Ohio a pro-choice state. Now, if Whaley does win tonight, she'll be the first woman elected governor. Back to you.
Mamie, thanks so much. And we're also keeping our eye on some other races on the Ohio ballot. Democrat Jeff Crossman is trying to unseat Republican Attorney General Dave Yost, and Democrat Chelsea Clark is taking on Republican Secretary of State Frank LaRose.
And we are also keeping you in the know of everything that'll take place in tonight's election and beyond. Former Ohio Republican Governor and UD professor Bob Taft will be here in our studio tonight as our political expert. He'll help us break down those real-time results. And when we're not on air, we are online. You can stay updated with us on social media. You can find us at Dayton 24/7 now on all social media platforms. And our coverage will continue throughout the night, both on ABC 22 and Fox 45. And you can find all of our election coverage in one place if you'd like. You can take out your phone right now and scan that QR code. It'll take you to the Beyond the Podium section on our Dayton247now.com website. You can find all of our content leading up to tonight's results.
And after you head to the polls, be sure to show us your I voted sticker. Chime it in to us to share your photos or videos. Just grab your phone and scan this QR code up on your screen. That's going to take you right to our Chime In page. From there, you can upload your photos or videos right to us, and you can see them right here on Dayton 24/7 Now.
All right, well, the sun is setting, and Natalie, I got to tell you, it's so nice during the day, but the moment that sun sets, my goodness, it drops in temperature.
Yeah, it gets chilly. You'll need a jacket if you're heading out there, maybe heading out to the polls before they close in about an hour and a half from now. You can see beautiful sunset, though. Current temperature is hanging out in the 50s at this time, 51, and we made it up to 60 degrees. So, yeah, it really drops as that sun starts to set. Dew points in the lower 30s, and then we will continue to see those temperatures fall through the evening. So we have 40s and 50s out there, 45 in Springfield, 49, Bell Fountain, 52. Current temperature in Troy at this hour, and through the rest of the evening, we will see those temperatures fall. So if you do want to head out to the polls, if you're planning on doing so, again, closing at 6:30, but we do have temperatures falling into the 50s and upper 40s. So make sure you do have that jacket handy. But by the weekend, we're talking about heavier coats, hats and gloves becoming necessary. I'll time it all out for you in just a bit.
Natalie, thanks. The FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force is involved in the potential shooting threat made to the University of Dayton yesterday. We now know that threat was made on the social networking site Yik Yak. The account holder was quickly found and arrested, all thanks to the FBI's resources. Now, we checked, and 19-year-old Joseph Hartrich is right now being held in the Montgomery County Jail on inducing panic and making terroristic threat charges. We're still working to confirm if he is considered a suspect in the FBI's threat investigation.
Well, someone in California is going to be taking home that staggering $2.04 billion Powerball. A single ticket winner has been confirmed. We don't know anything else yet about the identity. The jackpot has a cash value of $929 million. Last night's drawing was delayed after the Multi-State Lottery Commission said there was a lottery that needed more time to process its sales. So the winning numbers again, 10, 33, 41, 47, 56, and the Powerball of 10.
Now, there's a lot more to Election Day than just party control who will be representing you in Washington. After this break, I tell you all about the local issue that's on the ballot and how it can impact you and your families.
There's also a lot of important issues on the ballot, depending on who's elected. Up next, what's at stake, plus we break down the balance of power.
Plus, I'm tracking Nicole and how that could impact our weather by later this week. That's coming up. You're watching Dayton 24/7 Now.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
While Florida braces for Nicole, the Pacific Northwest is experiencing an early winter. Plenty of snow fell in the Olympic foothills. Even the Olympic National Park Visitor Center opened late. And here's a great example of a rain shaft. You can clearly see the heavy rain falling from the cloud just north of Birmingham, Alabama. If the precipitation never reached the ground, it would be called virga.
For more content like this, follow the National Weather Desk on Twitter.
Well, we need to take a look at the tropics because we do have Tropical Storm Nicole, which is expected to become a Category 1 hurricane and potentially bring the Miami Valley some much needed rain. So right now it does have winds of 65 miles per hour, tracking its way westward, likely going to make landfall along the east coast of Florida as a Category 1 hurricane. And then notice it does take a northeasterly track just southeast of Ohio, and this will be by later this week, bringing us that rainfall potential. So you'll see that here, staying quiet, beautiful over these next couple of days. Temperatures in the 70s. Will have then a strong cold front make an arrival by later this week. So this is by early into our Thursday morning. And then by Friday, we'll start to see that cold front and then eventually the impacts of Nicole. I'll talk about how much rain coming up.
Natalie, thanks. We're also focusing on several races that are impacting you on the local level. Clara Faith, who's following these races, is here now with what they mean for you. Clara?
Here's a breakdown of what's on the ballot in Montgomery County. Kettering School District has a $5.99 mil operating levy. The levy will help with school expenses like salaries and daily functions. Kettering says its funding comes from community members. And if the levy does not pass, the district says cuts will be made for the 2023 to 2024 school year. Trotwood has an income tax rollway levy on the ballot for the second time. This will increase of 0.5% of earned income. Now for Greene County, Beaver Creek has two levies, one for the police department and another for roadways. The city is hoping to improve its roads, maintain and increase police department service levels. And we'll keep you updated throughout the night on air and also online at Dayton247.com. Now back to you guys in studio.
All right, thanks so much, Clara. Representative Mike Turner casting his ballot today in downtown Dayton.
It's an important election, obviously. People are making decisions, I think, based on this economy. They're seeing what's happening to their paychecks, to with Biden inflation at the grocery store, and our need really to return back to energy independence. This is an important election.
Now, Republican Turner is facing off against Democrat David Ezrati for the 10th Congressional District.
So there's a lot on the ballot across the country. So what's at stake in tonight's election? The biggest issue is the balance of power. All eyes on multiple key races in 6 states: Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Georgia, and Pennsylvania. That'll help determine which party controls the Senate and House and state governments. What happens in those states will then impact issues like abortion rights, economic policy, education, the climate crisis, not just within those states' borders, but nationwide as well. And it's going to be a very close call. Some projected races, they are neck and neck tonight. Let's take a closer look at some of them right now, these Senate races. The race for Senator Rob Portman's soon-to-be vacated seat is very competitive. Republican J.D. Vance is up against Democrat Tim Ryan for it. It's going to be a nail-biter. The race projected by several polls is too close to call. Now in Georgia, Republican Herschel Walker is deadlocked with Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock in the race for Senate. Now, President Biden won that state 2 years ago, but by less than 1/4 percentage point. And former President Trump won in 2016 by 5 points. So this, of course, could go either way. And in Pennsylvania, Dr. Mehmet Oz is virtually tied with John Fetterman. Back in 2020, that state chose Joe Biden over Donald Trump by just over 1%. In 2016, Trump beat Hillary Clinton by less than a point. So anything could happen there, too. Now, 35 of the 100 Senate seats are up for grabs nationwide. Right now, the Senate is split exactly 50-50. But because of Vice President Kamala Harris, Democrats have control, so Republicans need to just get one seat to take control. All 435 House seats are on the ballot. Republicans need 6 of them to get control there. Democrats already have the House, so they need to hold their seats to keep it.
And we're keeping you in the know with everything all in one place in tonight's elections and beyond. Former Ohio Republican Governor and UD Professor Bob Taft is going to be here in our Dayton 24/7 Now studios tonight, serving as our political expert. He'll be here breaking down real-time results. And when we're not on air, we're online. So stay updated with us on social media. You can find us at Dayton 247 now on all social media platforms. And our coverage will continue throughout the night here on ABC 22 and over on Fox 45. And you can also find all of our election coverage in one place. So just grab your phone and scan the QR code here on your screen. That's going to take you to the Beyond the Podium section of our Dayton 24/7 Now website, where you'll find all of our content leading up to tonight's results.
A story now from our partners at the Dayton Business Journal tonight. $200,000 is going to expand a local pilot program that helps those who are pregnant and experiencing housing insecurity. Healthy Beginnings at Home will expand its services with the money. The program is led by the Greater Dayton Area Hospital Association, who helps screen all potential participants and helps place them in appropriate housing. The ultimate goal here of this program is to have no infant deaths and more full-term healthy births. And we have more information on our website, Dayton247now.com. You can find that story and others like it under the Dayton Business Journal heading. That is in the News tab.
Well, a cool but dry evening out here on our Watson's weather patio. Dry weather in the forecast, but we are tracking our next chance for rain on Friday. Much needed rain across the area. We are in a big deficit for us for the season so far. We are over 4 inches below normal since September 1st. We've only seen 3 inches of rainfall, and in fact a lot of that came at the beginning of September. So we have been very dry and much needed some rain. There will be a system pushing its way in by later this week. We're talking about a cold front followed by Tropical Storm Nicole, potentially Hurricane Nicole, and that could bring us some rainfall with the biggest totals likely off to our southeast. So we're going to monitor this through time. Could expand a little bit more northwestward, but as of right now, we are talking about some showers for our Friday, and that's right before we really cool off for the weekend.
Natalie, thanks. A live look at the Montgomery County Board of Elections. If you're a last-minute voter, you still have time to cast your ballot. We'll have another live look next.
You're watching Dayton 24/7 Now.
the Dayton 24/7 Now News app, brought to you by the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
Well, if you haven't voted yet, you still have time to get out there and make your voice heard. Let's check back in with Tage Joshi now, who's live at the Montgomery County Board of Elections. So, Tage, what last-minute advice do voters need to know here?
There's a couple things you have to know if you haven't voted yet and are still planning to vote today. Of course, right now I am sitting outside the Montgomery County Board of Elections, but there's no voting happening here. You have to go to your local polling location. When you go there, they close at 7:30, but when you get there, as long as you're in line by 7:30, you should be able to vote. So if you're still standing in line and your watch says 8:30, no big deal. As long as you got in line by 7:30, you should be able to vote. And also make sure you bring the proper forms of identification. You can go online to the Montgomery County Board of Elections website, and they have all the resources you need to make sure you are bringing what you need to bring with you to vote. For now, back to you guys in the studio.
Tage, thanks, and be sure to tune in tonight. Former Ohio Republican Governor and UD Professor Bob Taft will be here in studio as our political expert. He'll help us break down real-time results as they come in. And when we're not on air, we are online. You can stay updated with us on social media for all your election results. You can find us at Dayton 24/7 Now on all social media platforms. And again, our coverage will continue throughout the night tonight, both on ABC 22 and Fox 45. And you can find all of our election coverage in one place on our website. If you'd like, you can grab your phone and scan that QR code. It'll take you there to our website, and you'll go to the Beyond the Podium section. You'll find all of our interviews and other content right there.
Well, mild weather over these next couple of days. We're talking 60s and 70s for us. It's going to feel great, but then we are going to start to see cold Arctic air starting to take over much of the United States. High temperatures, we're talking them only in the 40s and 30s by this upcoming weekend. It's really going to be chilly. There you see those temperatures that will only be at 42 on Saturday, Sunday at 39. Here's a look at our extended forecast with those temperatures that will be in the 40s and 30s through the weekend. We do have the chance of rain on Friday, though, which does look nice. So we do start to see things shape up beautifully as we head into at least Friday, finally, with some much needed rain.
That is jarring. All right,
Yeah.
Natalie, thanks. Thanks for being with us. We got more coverage next over on